Welcome to another Dragonlance Saga Readings episode. My name is Adam, and today I'm reading the Dragonlance Saga Book 5, Part 1. I'd like to take a moment to thank the members of this channel and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below.
Come back here, you! Crack! Well...
Greetings, lords and ladies of the council. I am Theros Ironfeld, and for the past month I've been forging these. I have taken molten silver from the well deep in the heart of the monument to the silver dragon. Then, with the silver arm the gods gave me, I forged a weapon as legend foretold. And this I bring to all the people of Krynn, that together we may defeat the great evil that threatens eternal darkness. I bring you the Dragonlance! Thuk! Greetings, my father.
Lorana, I see you came with the silver-armed one, the cleric, and yonder dwarf.
Flint Fireforge!
But where is your brother, Gilthanas?
I'm sorry, Speaker, but I've promised not to tell anyone where he is gone, not even you.
So, you do not trust me?
Father, you nearly went to war with the only people who can help save us.
Then, despite the old wizard's words, I now have only one child left, Porthios. Theros Ironfeld, the legends say that only the hammer of Keras can forge a dragonlance. Did you obtain it?
In days of old, man's skill was not sufficient to produce the weapon. Mine is.
We shall see what it does to dragons. But if all you say is true, we elves will provide workers to make more such lances. We still must discuss whether we'll fight as well.
Don't discuss it too long, Speaker.
Right, or you might find yourselves discussing it with a dragon high lord.
Elistan, if Gunther's maps are correct, Tanis will never reach Sancris through the dragon armies. I must warn him of the danger he's in.
If Tanis half-elven cannot reach Sancris safely, my dear, how will you reach him? Think logically, Lord.
I don't want to think logically. I've done more than my part in this war. Now I just want to find Tanis.
Be certain, Lorana, that you are not simply jealous of Tanis with the warrior woman Kitiara.
I can't stay and do nothing. Now I must go speak again with Lord Gunther.
There, Nosh. Don't look so gloomy at those shards of the dragon orb. This isn't the end of everything, after all.
It isn't.
Of course not. If dragon orbs are your life work, now you can study one from the inside out.
Sure, right. Why, maybe I could gather all the pieces and even glue all them back together and then...
Quite. By the way, there are 2,687 of them. Pieces, I mean.
Then Sturm has been vindicated, Lord Gunther. How wonderful.
Once you, as elven royalty, spoke to the Council of Islamic Knights, my dear Lorana, even Derek Crownguard's faction voted Sturm Brightblade full knighthood in absentia. I shouldn't wonder if Derek won't go on trial when he returns. You can tell Sturm the good news when you escort the new Dragonlances to Palanthus.
But why me? I can teach anyone, like Lord Michael say, to use a Dragonlance and...
My lady, I cannot trust Lord Michael or any of the others. I can trust you. Who knows Derek for what he is, and has Sturm's best interests at heart.
I certainly put his interests above those of the knighthood.
Ah, but remember, Sturm's only interest is the knighthood. What would happen to him, do you think, if the knighthood should fall? If Derek somehow seizes control?
Lord Gunther, I will go to Palanthus.
Flotsam, the perfect name for this wretched town, sprawled on the shores of the blood sea of Istar like wreckage tossed on the rocks.
Besides being peopled by the dregs of all races, she's an occupied town, overrun with draconians, goblins, and spoils seeking mercenaries. How are we even going to get to the harbor, let alone book a passage out of this hellhole?
Caravan may be right, Tanis.
It's just a bit of bad luck, Tika. The innkeeper told us a dragon high lord is in town. And that the draconians are searching for spies, Tanis. That could mean they're searching for us.
That's ridiculous! How could anyone know we're here? Or that we've got a dragon orb with us?
How indeed, unless some magic user sensed Raceland somehow when he probed the orb. Curse you, Riverwind. I told you, I gained control of the orb, not it of me.
If you control the orb, Raceland, tell us how we can use it.
That, Tanis Half-Elven, will require study of the books written by the Ancient Ones who created the orb. We must go to the library of one Astinus, who resides in Palanthas.
Palanthas? I have my own reasons for wanting to go there.
Ah, yes, dear, sweet Lorana.
But is that what you meant when you spoke of ancient spells?
Of course. What else? When did I speak of ancient spells?
When we found you, in control of the orb.
What? What else did I say?
Nothing much. Just something about ancient spells that would soon be yours. That's all.
Remember, Tanis, get us to Palanthas.
Perhaps when it gets dark.
Tanis, this is crazy. We've been skulking around for more than an hour, and we still haven't seen anyone the right size. Shh. How about those two? Let's get this over with.
And remember, Caraman, don't hit too hard, unless you nurse a secret desire to take over the leadership of our little group.
Hardly. Take that, elven spy!
Mercenary mongrel? Splang! Your precious dragon High Lord will never have me alive!
No matter. The reward's the same for you, dead or alive. Clang! Did he say reward?
Why, I do believe he did. Stand aside, farm boy. We'll help you capture this dog.
Just as well help you spend the reward. Thanks to both of you. Wham! For being empty heads in full armor. Convincing enough, Tanis?
I'll let you know when my head stops ringing. Strip off their trappings. Whew, this one must have been half troll. But at least no one's going to interfere with a couple of mercenaries taking a stroll down to the harbor. You two, officers in the dragon army? Ha! Not unless you're hiring elves or part elves this year. You're both lucky my men are all shore, or one of them might be tempted to turn you in. Is our disguise that transparent, Captain? McQuest to Carthon. You can call me Mac. You might squeak by for a while. The beard helps. But those pretty almond-shaped eyes are a dead giveaway. So, where are you lubbers bound? You'll know when we get there. Cage tap, say? Well, I'll take a chance with you. I always was a sucker for mixed-blood elves.
Tanis!
Mac, who's that? You said the Parashon's crew was ashore. Him? Oh, that's just the new helmsman, Barum. He's a mute, never goes ashore. Wrote his name in the ship's book, or I wouldn't even know that about him. Remember, we sail in 4 days, with or without you. I swear I've seen that Barum somewhere before, Caraman.
You're just jumpy. Only reason you could be interested in some poor mute stitching a sail.
Yes, but the moment I saw him, I thought of Sturm and Pax Tharkas somehow. Well, you go join the others back at the inn while I see if I can scare up some supplies.
Take care, Tanis.
Your foul kind slaughtered my wife and children, dragon soldier! Killed them in their beds, even as they pleaded for mercy. Elf! Shuck!
Itmo Dracosali. Speaking Elven won't save you, murderer. This is for them! Ah! I heard you shouting. Saw one of my officers in trouble. I guess you needed some help. Who? Surely you recognize your Dragon High Lord when you see me, soldier? Or were you hurt worse than I... Tennis! Tennis! By the gods, it is you! Well, don't you recognize your Kitiara? So, Tennis, you're an officer, and in my own command. Clearly, I should review my troops more often. Right. But shouldn't you be putting on your helmet now that we're in plain sight again? It's hot under that thing, and I don't need it to keep my men in line. Do I? No, Kitiara. Same old Tennis. You still blush like a schoolboy. But you were never like the others. Never. Kit? Not here in the streets. You dare to... Same old Tennis. Don't know why I let you get away with it. And any other man who refused me like that would have been sword meat. Ah, here we are. Innkeeper, a bottle of your finest wine, and 2 glasses.
But, my lord, there were messages for...
Now, innkeeper!
Yes, my lord.
Nice quarters, Kitiara. But I really ought to... Tannis? My boots?
Well,
just like old times, eh, Tannis? Feels good. Now, sit down. But my company commander will be missing me. I'm commander of your company, and tomorrow you'll be commander of your company, or higher, if you like. Now I said, sit. It's so good to see you, Tannis. I'm sorry I missed the reunion in Solace, but as you see, I've been busy. How is everyone? How's Sturm? Probably fighting alongside the knights, I suppose. I'm not surprised you two separated. That was one friendship I could never understand. Kitiara? Shh. Knock, knock, knock. That was nice. And now, tell me about my little brothers, Tannis. Last I saw them, you were all escaping from Tarsus with that elf woman. That Dragon High Lord? Was you? Of course. I think I like the beard. It hides those weak elvish features. How did you get into the army? We were captured in Sylvanesty. One of the officers convinced me I was a fool to fight the Dark Queen. And my brothers? I got separated from Raistlin and Karaman. Pity. I'd like to see them again. Karaman must be a giant by now. And Raistlin, I heard he's quite a skilled mage, wearing the red robes now. Well, that won't last long. He's like me. Raced always craved power. What about you, Kitiara? What are you doing here, so far from the action? The fighting's to the north. I'm here for the same reason you are. Searching for the green gemstone man. The green? So that's where I've seen him before. I should have known. What? You found him? Where, Tannis? Where? I'm not sure it was him. We just had a rough description. Who knows? But the Dark Queen sent me here because he was sighted in Flotsam. What's that got to do so essential to, our winning this war? Tomorrow will do, Kitiara. If it was him, he wasn't going anywhere. Tomorrow. Why, you're shivering, Tannis. Let me warm you.
And so, here in the courtyard of the Tower of the High Clerist, athwart this snow-capped pass through the Vingard Mountains, let us of Salamnia feel pride that we are the sole sentinels preventing the vile dragon armies from our capital of Palanthus. Now, let us proceed with this morning's ceremony.
Stern Brightblade, on the testimony of Lorana, of the royal family of Quellinisty, and further testimony by Flint Fireforge, Hildorf of Solace Township, the Knights Council grants you vindication on the charges against you. You are hereby declared a Knight of Solamnia. You have spent the night in prayer, Stern Brightblade. Do you consider yourself worthy of this great honor?
No, my lord, but I most humbly accept it and vow to make myself worthy, with Paladine's help.
Thank the gods that's done with. I only wish Tanis were here.
So do I, Flint. If only because our situation here is so desperate.
Look at the bright side, Lorna.
Are you saying there is one? By staying here, I'm ignoring Gunther's orders to return to Sancrest. We risk so much to bring the Dragonlancers here to help protect Palanthus and the gates of Paladine. But Derek Crownguard simply stacked them in a pile and refuses to let me train any knights with them. They're just lying there.
Well, at least that soft-headed city we're guarding gave us some supplies. It's clear Palanthus hates being guarded at all, because they're afraid it'll anger the dragon armies.
It will. Still, the food supply is days from exhaustion. The road to Palanthus is closed by snow. I doubt if the Dragon High Lord would even bother to send dragons against us. If we cannot reopen our supply lines, the tower will fall, because there will be only the dead left to defend it.
I tell you, Sturm, it was a well of pure silver, shining like a jewel in the heart of the Dragon Mountain. It's from the silver that Theros forged the Dragonlances.
I would have liked to see Huma's tomb.
We'll all go there together when this damned war is over and done. You and Tanis, and the Kender and I, and Keraman, and even Raistlin will...
Flint, you must promise me something.
Anything.
If a day of warm weather opens the road, I want you to take Lorana and Taz and leave.
If you ask me, we should all leave. Pull the knights back to Palanthus and make our stand there.
The people of Palanthus care only for their beautiful city. As long as they think they can induce the dragon armies to spare it, they won't fight.
There is another way, Sturm Brightblade.
What way, Lord Derek?
You and Gunther believe you have defeated me, but you haven't. By one heroic act, I will have the knights in the palm of my hand, and you and Gunther will be finished!
I thought our war was with the dragon armies out there, not in here.
Don't give me that self-righteous twaddle! Enjoy your knighthood, Brightblade. You paid enough for it. What did you promise the elf woman? Marriage?
The knight's measure says I cannot fight you, but I do not have to listen to you insult a woman as good as she is courageous.
Don't you ever walk away from me, knave! You dare to... Save it for the Dracs and Goblins, you two!
You're right, Flint.
You're finished, Brightblade! Tomorrow I'm leading the knights onto the field. By tomorrow night, my name will be legend! Have you gone mad, man? There are thousands of them. They'll cut you to ribbons. That's what you like to see, isn't it? But you won't. Be ready, Brightblade. At dawn! That fool will get everybody killed if he has his way. Hey, Taz! Wake up! We're going down!
I think I'll stay here a bit longer. Thanks. This tower interests me. For instance, why are there 3 doors on this side? It takes lots of men to defend 3 doors instead of only 1, which is weird enough. Then, there's the way each door opens into a narrow corridor, with a portcullis at the other end leading directly into a large hallway. Might as well invite the enemy inside for tea. Not that Flint and Sturm stuck around to listen to me. Of course, knights are forbidden to enter the tower, so no one would dream of going inside. No one but a poor dumb Kender. Besides,
Who else is small enough to squeeze between the bars of this portcullis? This hallway, it must be 50 feet across. Dark, too. I guess that's what the torches are for. How thoughtful. Don't mind if I do. Another portcullis. Raised this time. As Weekender always say, anything that looks too easy is probably more trouble than it's worth. Not that it ever stops us. Once you get past the outer wall, 5 drunken dwarves could take this whole tower. 30 feet high? Were the knights giants back when it was built? A third portcullis? Or a door anyhow. But why is it cut in 2 halves with a big hole through the middle? It doesn't make any sense. That never stopped Weekender either. More doors. This is getting downright tedious. Well, at least these doors are locked to make it interesting. Brings to mind another Kender proverb. Why insult a door's purpose by locking it? Click cling. Why bother? Ah, the central room, the heart of the tower. Those other 2 sets of doors must lead to the other 2 big outer doors. The place has symmetry, I'll give it that. If this is what all the fuss is about, it's nothing. Just some dumb thing in the middle. Looks like a fountain or something covered with dust. I wonder if this could be... Achoo! Well, that will clear the dust away. Now maybe I can see if this thing is... Drat! I was right! Now what do I do?
I beg you, Derek, stop this madness! No, Brightblade, this morning we paint the field in glory! The goblins may outnumber us, but since when do such vermin fight like knights of Salamnia? But you'll mostly be fighting draconians, more skilled than goblins. Lord Alfred, you must not be party to this insanity. I can do nothing, Sturm. The measure gives Derek the right to make this decision, and I must ride with him. Lord Alfred knows his duty, Brightblade. Do you? Wake your men! I will not. This garrison is the only thing standing between the dragon armies and Palanthas. I am keeping my command here. Disobeying a direct order! Lord Alfred, you are a witness. According to the measure, Sturm Brightblade, I charge you with conspiracy. And to the abyss with the measure. Where has the measure gotten us? Divided? Jealous? Crazed? The measure has failed! Pray for my death, Sturm Brightblade, or by the gods I'll slit your throat myself! Open the gates! For the greater glory of the Solemnic Knights!
Commander Baccarus! Where's the High Lord? I must see!
The High Lord's not back from Flotsam yet. State your business. The knights have taken the field! What? The High Lord was right! The fools have made their mistake! Sound the alarm! To arms! Pity. The fight will probably be over by the time the High Lord gets the news. Still, tomorrow night we'll sleep in Palanthas. She and I. Forward! To victory! For the measure! For the High Lord! For booty! For victory! Victory! Victory!
I saw the messenger from Palanthas leave. What news?
Lorana, the road to Palanthas is open. I want you to go there with a rider.
Much as I hate this place, Sturm, I'm staying here. You need all the skilled fighters you can get, and I'm the only one trained to use the Dragonlances.
We've seen no sign of dragons.
But I'm also your best archer. Even Tanis would want me to stay, Sturm. You know he would.
She's right. We're staying.
You're both right. You win. You're both as brave as any knight out there fighting. It's all my fault!
Taz, what? Where have you been?
I fell asleep in the tower. You were in the tower? Is that what you say is all your fault? No, it's worse than that. I broke one. Am I doomed to walk the world breaking these things?
Another what, you doorknob?
Another dragon orb. What else? Thank you for tuning in to this Dragonlance Saga reading. What do you think of the comic? Have you ever read Dragonlance comics before? Feel free to email me at info@dlsaga.com or leave a comment below. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the Dragonlance Saga, and I thank you for joining me in the celebration. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with Dragonlance Saga, and until next time, Slanjavar!